Hello everyone, Robert Rambles here, and welcome to World of Warcraft Classic Vanilla. This is the beginning of our Dwarf Hunter hardcore playthrough. We are doing a hardcore run here on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server, which if you're not familiar is a big hardcore community. Basically everyone on the server is running hardcore. So as far as add-ons, we're obviously going to be using the hardcore add-on. If you're doing a hardcore run, you want to get this through CurseForge and get it installed. We're going to be using Questie. We're not going to be using Narcissist. We're going to be using Bagnon. So Immersion to change our quest text, Hardcore, Questie, and Bagnon. That is what we're running with. We're going to be doing mining and engineering on this hunter. So it should be an interesting time. We've never done a hunter at Hardcore. And I haven't played a hunter. The last hunter that I got towards any kind of progress was like a level 30 hunter on the Horde side back in actual vanilla release of Classic. Let's get right into things here, and I will let the cinematic run to get us immersed a bit.
Dwarves of Ironforge spent countless generations mining treasures from deep within the earth. Hidden within their impregnable stronghold of Ironforge Mountain, they rarely ventured beyond the wintry peaks of Dulmora. Recently, however, the dwarves unearthed a series of ruins that held secrets to their ancient heritage. Driven to discover the truth about his people's fabled origins, the great king Magni Bronzebeard ordered that the dwarves shift their industry from mining to archaeology. As part of the Grand Alliance, the stalwart dwarven armies have been called away to battle the merciless horde in faraway lands. In these perilous times, the defense of the Mountain Kingdom falls to brave dwarves like you. The spirits of the ancient kings watch over you, and the very mountains are your strength. The future of your people is in your hands.
Alright, we are in. Let's begin our adventure. It looks like some of my interface settings are already in place. Let's unlock this window. Let's make it a little bit smaller. And I'm actually going to set up a new window. That's going to be our immersion mode tab, and in this tab we're going to make sure that we're not distracted by the constant scroll of general. So let's go into the settings and we will uncheck all the stuff we don't want to see, and then we will enable the stuff we do want to see. We want to see experience, we want to see skill ups for our professions, any item loot, and yeah, let's do any creature emotes or anything we hear from NPCs. We can definitely see that. And then we'll need to turn on auto loot. There we go. Let's turn on a couple more action bars for later. And we should be good to go. We have an auto attack for melee. We have shoot, which we are going to switch things around. And then we have Raptor Strike, costs 15 mana. On the next melee attack, it's a strong attack that increases melee damage by 5.
How are ya?
Dwarven Outfitters. What do we have here? You look as though you might need something to keep your hands warm. I'll tell you what would help, a pair of nice warm gloves, and being the kind soul that I am, I'd be more than happy to provide you with a suitable pair. I've one condition. I need you to get me some wolf meat. Nice arrangement, You bring me some wolf meat, I make sure you don't lose any fingers to frostbite. What do you say?
Safe travels.
Alright, first task, go hunt some wolves. Pretty standard for a hunter. We'll try to work at our maximum range here. And then when they get within range, we have to pull out the melee weapon and go at them with the axe. Wonder if we can get an invite to the hardcore guild. So what one of the things the hardcore add-on does, obviously it tracks your hardcore progress and keeps us honest about the hardcore run, but also it allows you to join guilds that are all linked together, so that when you're looking for dungeons and stuff later on, you have a guild of people that are also running hardcore, and you can group up with them. A couple of rules about dungeons for hardcore is that you can only kill a boss one time per character, so you can't farm dungeons for loot. You can kill a boss once, because that makes sense, right? And if you die in the dungeon, you die, just like if you die in the world. So dungeons are a big risk. We have not run a dungeon on hardcore yet, because you're putting your character's life into the hands of people that you don't know. Now, I can't go to guild chat, but there's guild chat. I don't keep guild chat up for a number of reasons. You guys can probably guess some of them. But more to the point, I kind of like to keep people's privacy. Like, you know, keep their private stuff off of the internet. And I don't feel like it's okay for me to have general up and scrolling. So we will be staying over in our immersion mode tab. But I do appreciate being invited to the guild. One of the many hardcore guilds. Yeah, so obviously I decided not to go with a dwarf paladin and not to go with an orc hunter, and decided to go with a dwarf hunter. A lot of you guys kind of voiced that, you know, you would like to not see the barons again so soon, and I understand that. So yeah, for variety, we're going to do the hunter over here in the Eastern Kingdoms. The last time we tried a hunter, it was a while back. It was the Night Elf hunter, and I think the problem with that character was the same problem I kind of had with the rogue about not getting into it. And it's honestly because I don't think I actually like the Night Elf questing. I think that they're... something about their starting zone, I just don't sync with it. I don't know what it is. And I felt the same way on that hunter that I started to feel on the rogue. So in that case, it wasn't the class that was kind of wearing on me. It was the area, the questing, and kind of the inability to do any zone hopping. So you don't even... sometimes zone hopping for me isn't just about going and doing some easier quests somewhere else. Sometimes it's about having a visual change of pace. And being stuck in Teldrassil for so long, unable to really reasonably go anywhere else. And then going into Darkshore, we didn't get into Darkshore, but I started to think, like, yeah, going into Darkshore, things are gonna look pretty similar to Teldrassil. The colors are a little bit different, but it's still a similar kind of foresty area. And I realized I wasn't looking forward to that at all, because it wasn't enough of a big visual change for me. So I think Night Elves might be on my non-hardcore list. We're definitely going to be doing a bit of zone hopping on this hunter. I was trying not to zone hop on the paladin that got killed. Because I don't know, sometimes I like having the challenge of fighting more at-level guys. But yeah, it's not really the best way to succeed at hardcore. Making it harder for yourself. So we'll do a little bit of zone hopping. I won't be as intense as we have been in the past about targeting only green quests. I do want there to be some challenge in the things that we're doing. But we will be doing a bit of zone hopping to kind of visually keep things fresh and keep us at the level curve.
Hi.
He thinks it's hilarious that we did the work for him. Let's equip those if we can find them. And he has a couple of other quests here. An Etched Rune is from our trainer.
Great to meet you.
And Coldridge Valley mail delivery is going to take us to a little hub to do some other quests.
Hello.
A new threat. I hope you're here to lend us a hand, Hunter. After that last Trog attack, we could use all the help we can get. I hear the buggers have been popping up all across the lands, and it seems Coldridge Valley is no exception. They've been spotted all over the hills to the southeast and near the frozen lake. Okay.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Let's head inside here and we'll talk to our class trainer.
What's on your mind?
You made it. Good to hear. Bet you didn't have to track me to find the place either. No, we did not.
Off with you.
Alright, what do we learn here? We learned Track Beast. I don't even want Track Beast.
Safe travels.
I'm fine. I'm perfectly fine without it. We'll come back at level 4. Oh yeah, we have an ammo bag too. I forgot the hunter in vanilla needs to have an ammo bag. Maybe we don't need to have the ammo bag. Maybe we just do have the ammo bag. Like, I don't need 6 slots for ammo, I don't think. That's the problem. It's gonna take up a lot of space. Alright, so what are we looking for here? We are looking for some trogs. And we have a mail delivery to do. Is there any other direction that we want to be heading? Do we want to be heading over here? I mean, probably. We probably do want to be heading that way, to be fair. It's probably not a good reason to be heading to the east like we are. We're gonna go marksman this run. I was looking at the talent trees on Wowhead, and we've gone Beast Mastery in the past. Beast Mastery seems like it's just the easy spec to let your pet's gonna be able to tank, your pet's gonna deal lots of damage. We're gonna be a hunter's hunter. We're gonna have a pet. They're gonna run in for us and like tank some stuff, right? But then we're gonna rely on our damage, and our traps, and our other tools as a hunter. So we're not going to be just relying on our pet to deal the damage. I don't really find that style of play fun or interesting. So yeah, we'll be going marksman. I looked at survival. If I thought it was viable in any way, we would try survival. I just, the talents weren't interesting enough for me. We'll have another look at it, and I'll talk about some of my thoughts on it when we open up the talent trees, but I did look at them, and I wanted to go survival initially. I thought that'd be really cool to survive as a survival hunter. I just thought that was neat. But when I looked at the talents, some of them were interesting. By and by, they were kind of lame. I didn't think it was going to make for an interesting run. And I liked some of the stuff going on in marksmanship a lot more. I do need to work on that maximum range. We should be able to get 3 or 4 shots off before they get up to us. That's the range. I'll try to visually accommodate myself to that, like kind of get used to that distance. We can get 3 shots off easily. It's such a big range. What? 35 yards, it just feels farther away than that. We did not get that 3rd shot off, and that hurts. It really hurts. We have to get that 3rd shot off. That's going to be the hardest part of the hunter for me, is finding that maximum range. Until we get the pet, then the pet will be able to hold them a little bit. But yeah, we don't get the pet till level 10, guys. Yeah, it's kind of like the rogue in that way. We don't really become our full class until level 10. Until then, we're just kind of gimped a bit. I mean, we're not totally gimped. We're dealing more than enough DPS. We have melee and ranged options, which is great. It's great to have the melee option, even if it's not going to be ideal. We don't need the burly ones anymore, and they're not aggressive, so I am going to ignore them. We're looking for the regular Rockjaw Trogs now. But let's come over here and do the little mail delivery. I think one of these guys gives us a quest to fight boar, which are all over the place.
How are you?
Thank you. I've been waiting for these letters for quite some time. Unfortunately, these letters aren't all for me. This one is addressed to Grellin Whitebeard. He's not too far away if you'd like to deliver it to him.
Off with you.
And
Got my
then
attention.
boar hunting. Kill 12 small crag boars. Just kind of culling them from the area. And so yeah, we're going to do engineering on this hunter, and I've never done engineering before, so it's going to be fun. We tried it a little bit once, but we didn't get anywhere with it. So I think that's going to be really interesting. We'll be able to, I think we'll be able to make our own guns and stuff, right? We can make our own ammo. I know we can make some headgear and stuff for ourselves to wear that's engineer specific. So I'm looking forward to learning those kinds of things. Inventory is full. That is, that's not acceptable. So we're gonna head back to town here. We are gonna head back to town. We could probably do a little bit of fighting on the way. But I don't want to fight too much with my bags full. Especially not this early. I bet the female dwarf has a weird bow animation. I also bet that the only place we can train bows is in Darnassus. We're not going to be able to get safely to Darnassus until we're like in the level 20s and we're able to get through wetlands. I am not doing a wetlands run where I have a chance of getting killed by a much higher enemy. I won't go into wetlands until the enemies there are at least orange to us. So yeah, if we don't get to have bows because of that, I guess it's going to be imperative that we work on engineering so that we can make guns. And I'm just hoping that we can make guns. I don't know that for sure because, like I said, I've never leveled up engineering, so I'm just guessing. I know we can make ammo, and I know there are cool like goggles and stuff you can make that are like headgear that have good stats. That's all that I even loosely understand about engineering, so... Oh yeah, eventually the hunter can wear mail, can't they, once they get to level 40? I forgot about that. Sometimes I forget that it's not just warriors and paladins that switch armor types, but some other classes do it as well, shamans and hunters.
Hi, how are you?
We drove the trogs out of Nomergon, but then it all went so horribly wrong. Now our home is completely irradiated, and we gnomes have been scattered all over Dunmorrow. In my haste to get away from the radiation, I lost all my personal belongings and tools. It was the trolls that got them. They stole my chest, my box, and my bucket of bolts. They took them back to their camps southwest of Anvilmar. I'm no adventurer. Could you bring me my things and bring them here?
You have a great day now.
We could do that. So we're level 3. Nothing to train yet, unfortunately. Yep, thank you for that. Alright, so back to Trog and boar slaying. We also can track the bolts and stuff. That is not enough time to get a third shot off. Didn't even get that one up. Yeah, it's going to be tough for some of you guys to watch. If I need to target them as I walk up. These guys we don't need. Well, I came back here to work on boars, but it seems like somebody is farming them out. We have 40 people leveling up here on a Sunday afternoon. on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server. If you're looking for a place to play Classic that feels super active all the time, it's going to be here on the Bloodsail Buccaneers server. That being said, everybody here plays hardcore, so mostly everyone. I'm sure there are some exceptions. I'm sure that some people just play on this server because they like having other people around in the world. And maybe they're just doing normal runs, I don't know. But the thing about that is you're not going to be able to do a lot of dungeons. Because when you're a hardcore player, you are only allowed to group with others that are also doing hardcore, so... But yeah, if you guys are interested, definitely come check it out. It is a really different way to play the game, and also the community is great. It's so fun to just to see people in the world doing stuff. And you get into some really interesting scenarios. I like it when we come upon somebody in trouble and we have to gauge what kind of trouble they're in and if we are able to help or if we're going to get ourselves killed. I really find that really interesting. Knowing that, you know, someone else's life is on the line and we could save them, but we are going to endanger ourselves. And vice versa. Sometimes people will pop in to help us, and they have to go through that same process of, like, can I get involved in this? Am I going to be safe and still be able to help this person? And it's just a fun way to play the game. Now, that being said, hardcore is not for everybody. We lost a level 25 priest. He was in the 20s. He was doing really good. He died to the elevator in Undercity. And that was very painful for me. I had to take a couple days away from hardcore to kind of reset my brain a little bit up after that one. You know what the difficult part is of every death, and this is true of everybody, is that without any meta progression, it does often feel like, you know, you wasted that time, right? Griever the War, you're dead at level 7 in Elwyn Forest. Rip, brother. The hardcore add-on, when you're in the linked guilds, it will pop up whenever anybody dies with that message that you just saw. Something that I also think is really cool. But yeah, there's no meta progression, so you lose a character that got to level 20, and it's like, oh man, all that work for nothing. If we didn't hit the ultimate goal, we did nothing. And I'm like very interested in meta progression in hardcore runs, and I wonder like what kinds of stuff could you do in WoW for meta progression. I have a couple ideas. I'll throw them out there. You guys can like bat them around. I was thinking something like maybe like every 10 levels you get, you get a talent point that you can bank for your next character that acts as an additional talent point that you open up when you hit level 10. So you're going to get 2 more talent points on the next character if you die at level 20. That's going to make you more powerful for your next run, right? So talent points, you know, I thought about that. Every 10 levels, you bank a talent point. You get to apply it towards the next character you make whenever you want to, once the character dies. So I thought about that. Talent points were one thing. I also thought about maybe gold as a way to like incentivize, but then I thought like you don't really use gold a lot like in your run because you can't use the auction house. Other things I thought about for like, let's say you get a character to 60, let's say you do it. You get a character all the way to 60, it takes you 200 hours, but you do it. I want a piece of heirloom gear. I want a Wrath of the Lich King style piece of heirloom gear that I get to choose. You get a character to 60, you pick one piece of heirloom gear. You get to pass that heirloom gear on to subsequent characters. It can be accessed probably on anybody, right? You could do it either way. If you want to be really hardcore with it, you say you give that piece of gear to a new character and you cannot do anything else with it. Okay, but either way, I'd love to see that. You get someone to 60, give me something powerful for my next run. You know, like that'll be like a new game plus. You're gonna start with a heirloom cloak that levels up with you, that gives you some boost to your experience. I think that would be a really big meta progression reward for someone who capped out a character. Just give me an heirloom and give me those talent points. So, you know, you got to level 60, you got 6 talent points you can gift to your next character and a piece of heirloom gear. But even for us, like we got to level 20, it would be great knowing that I can start my next character with 2 free talent points. So the thing that happens to the game then is the game becomes unbalanced, right? Because you're going to have these characters running around with talent points banked, and you're going to have other characters that are fresh that don't have talent points banked. How do we balance it? We don't have to. We don't have to balance it. We're not competing. We're not PvPing. You know, there's no need to balance it. There's no PvP in hardcore. Let's say that we have no PvP. There's no PvP in hardcore. Let's say that it's cross-faction, okay? So there's no PvP, there's no PvP griefing. There's no reason why some characters can't be OP. Okay, what about dungeons, Robert? What about them? If I can get somebody with some additional talent points to come into my run with me, I'm going to be grateful to have that character's help. If I have a character who's got additional talent points, I'll be a little bit more powerful and I'll be able to help others. I don't feel like even maybe with 6 full talent points, right, that could give you quite a power boost really early. But I feel like that's worth it. I feel like that would be really interesting meta progression. And do I think it's ever going to happen? No, absolutely not. Do I think it would be super cool if it did? Yes. And there's probably better ideas for meta progression. You know, I thought of talent points and heirloom gear. Gold didn't really make sense just because, like I said, there's the only thing you're really going to need gold for is your mount if you live that long. And passing on 5 gold to your next character isn't going to be too useful. But maybe you guys have some other ideas on what would be cool meta progression to carry forward from one character to the next, and how would you earn that progression? I like earning something every 10 levels you survive. I think surviving 10 levels is quite a feat. As you see, lots of people die at level 7, so... And you wouldn't be able to, like, cheat boost somebody up, okay? You wouldn't be able to get a bunch of characters to level 10 and send all of those talent points to one person. The talent points would be a one-way transfer, a one-time transfer, so they'd happen upon character creation. So when let's say I got that priest to level 20, when I create this character, it'll ask me, would you like to apply your banked talent points? And you're either going to say yes or no. I can't give them to her, create her, and then roll another character to level 10 really quick and then keep giving her more. I can't do that, so that would be a caveat in the system. But yeah, I'm really interested in that kind of theory. I know it doesn't come of anything, like why talk about it. I just think it's really interesting to talk about. To get the ideas out there I think is useful. Even if those ideas never get applied to this game, maybe there will be ideas applied in the future. I'm just really interested in the hardcore aspect of WoW Classic and how to make it even more amazing. And I think meta progression would pull more people in. Meta progression would pull people in who are interested, who like are just worried about losing that time, and they can feel like that their time was worth something for the next run. That's why roguelikes are so popular, is because people like it when things are hard. People like it when they know they're going to probably die, but they like to know they're going to carry some of their effort forward into the next run. It's a really rewarding feeling, and it negates the negativity somewhat of a death, right? You still feel the death, you're like, oh man, we died, but like you know you got something out of your efforts. You did meaningful work, and to the human brain, the concept of doing meaningful work is very important. Alright, we still need some boars. Maybe we can find them over here. And one more trog, we can clear this quest out. I know I'm talking a lot and playing kind of ponderously, but, you know, we're kind of taking our time here, so not a big deal. There are a couple items that we should grab over there, but I kind of want to get the rest of these boars. They're supposed to be all over the place, but... we have troll whelps to take on as well. But I don't want to have too many things all going at once and not really focusing on anything. Do we have to be over here to find the boars? It looks like this was the closest place to find them. We've got some competition out here in the form of a gnome warlock. We almost got 4 shots off, but we didn't quite get there. There we go, there's 12 out of 12. Let's run back and turn this one in.
Here there.
We will take the leather.
Watch your back.
And the level 4. Alright, let's come down this way. I think we still need the chest, and the chest is going to be directly south of us. Do we need to run over here? This is Scalding Morning Brew delivery. We won't do that until we're ready to run back to town. Alright, let's back up a little bit. Let's think about getting our maximum range on these guys. Or as close to it as I can manage, at least. These guys are level 4. I want to go get my abilities. I think we get Arcane Shot or Serpent Sting. I'm not going to fight these guys right now. 14 of them. Yeah, we're definitely not going to fight 14 of them. Let's grab the Scalding Morning Brew delivery and we'll run that back to town really quick. We'll empty our bags, we'll train level 4, and then we'll head back out. That's going to be a lot better of an experience than trying to fight these guys with limited abilities here.
What can I do for you?
We have 5 minutes to get this back. It's more than enough time, obviously. On the way, we should probably do a little bit of fighting. Preferably not from that range, but, you know. We should also probably buy some ammo, because if I don't, I'm going to forget about it, and we're going to run out at the worst possible moment. Probably deep inside of a cave, if I had to guess.
How are you? Be good.
Let's go ahead and sell everything we can.
Safe travels. What can I get for
There's
you
the brew
today?
delivered. And we'll bring back the mug.
See you
That
soon.
one is not timed, thankfully. What's going on with that? It's marking the priest trainer because that's not our trainer, so that's fine. Thanks, Questie. Very useful. Hunter trainer is actually out here.
You got my attention.
Lots of stuff to buy, but let's get Serpent Sting for sure, and let's get Aspect of the Monkey. I'm still not buying
Watch
Track
your
Beast.
back.
You can't make me, and I won't. So there. So Aspect of the Monkey. Hunter takes on the Aspect of the Monkey, increasing a chance to dodge by 8%. So that's good if we're getting hit in melee, which we will be for a little bit. Serpent Sting stings the target, causing 20 nature damage over 15 seconds. Only one sting per hunter can be active on the target. Okay, yeah, a little bit more damage, which is what we're going to need to deal with these level 4 guys. So we will head all the way back over here towards the chest. And on the way, we will turn in the empty mug.
How are ya? Safe travels.
A Den of the Rogue, dead at level 14 in Elwyn. Rip, brother. Go again. Alright, this camp has been cleared out. The item is sitting right here. I think I beat him to it. I did. It respawns in 5 seconds, guys. It's okay. You snooze in hardcore and you lose something. Sometimes it's your character. Yeah, I would have liked to have to fight some more of these guys, especially because we need to kill 14 of them. Would have been cool. We could go into the caves, which I'd rather not do without a great reason, but I guess being able to complete the quest at all is a great reason. This place is also pretty fun. This is what it looks like when there's 40 people in the zone at the same time. And it's going to get dangerous back here because stuff is going to start to respawn around us. And it's all going to start happening together. Is this place this farmed out? Okay, so we have to get to some enemies eventually, right? I don't know if we have line of sight on this guy, but we're way too close. Yeah, having aspect of the monkey is going to help us dodge a little bit. We are going to need that. So we are going to be getting swung on quite a bit here in the beginning levels. Oh, he's going all the way around. I probably should have put that dot up on him a little bit sooner than I did. We're killing them easily enough, even though we're taking some hits. It seems like it's absolutely fine for us to take a few hits at this level. I feel fine about it. Well, there's the instant respawn. We're not going to start to feel like we can control the mob until we have concussive shot, until we have arcane shot, and we can do a little bit more kiting and a little bit more damage. A little bit more burst damage when we get arcane shot. I think I just pulled both these guys, and that guy's gonna leave me hanging out and dry. Yeah, he's gone. That guy was like, well, I'm out. Can't blame him. Can't blame him. Wonder if I can get away a little bit. No, I would love to get a serpent sting off, but it doesn't look like that is going to happen today. I'd love to just not die to this level 4 enemy at level 4. There we go. We need to eat a little bit and get our health back. We are going to be doing fishing and cooking on this character. Both of which we can use to feed our pet as well as ourselves. So yeah, we'll get that started soon. We can leave the cave. I mean, I'd love to find some of these guys on the outside to fight so we don't have to fight them in the cave. But, you know, there just aren't a lot of them alive. So let's head over to the west a little bit and just see if we can find more on the surface over there. It would be a little bit safer than trying to fight them below, dealing with all the respawns and possibly getting ourselves into trouble. No, there's no one alive over here either. I should let the auto attack go off before I Serpent Sting, because otherwise Serpent Sting pulls them, but the auto attack has not gone off yet. Almost got the fourth shot. I really need to get to a point where we can get that fourth shot off. That would be great. Got respawns popping up here. Carla the Warrior, dead at level 6 in Dunmorrow. Go again right away. Don't stop, don't think, reroll immediately. You can do it. We're just going to keep shooting on that one and finish him off. Then we're going to go over here and hope that we can grab this one. Gun equals faster than flame. Flib the Warlock dead at level. Lots of low-level deaths today. Lots of people out there trying their luck. I really like to see it. I hope you guys go again. Remember, you're not level 10. You haven't earned our made-up talent point yet. So, gotta at least get to level 10, okay? Oh, we're done. We got 14 out of 14. I can stop killing trolls now if I want to. Let's go turn this one in.
Well met. Keep your feet on the ground.
And Zekwil is the rogue, dead at level 5. And Elwyn, go again. I guess maybe they might have been a duo. Cathella the warrior, dead at level 5. You guys can do it. I have faith. Maybe they were a trio. Pepadakia, Hunter, dead, level 5. They had to be running a trio. What did you guys do? What did you do? How did you get yourself into that much trouble? I don't know how you die in a trio. I'm not trying to be rude. I need it explained to me. I want someone who's died in a duo or a trio to leave a comment about like how exactly it went down. And did it happen because you got overconfident and pulled a bunch of stuff? Because that's the only real way I can think that it would happen. Is like, you're in a trio, you probably feel really strong, like you could run into an area and pull everything and get everybody the kill credit for it in your group. And then I think what happens is that you just become overconfident, right? And I think the thing is, like, once one person dies, everyone else has to go down, you know? They don't get to continue on the playthrough. So, whoever does that, like, whoever messes up, you technically cost those other people their characters. I'd have to be, like, on pretty good terms with somebody to be comfortable rolling with them on a hardcore character, I realize, because eventually I'm gonna be the one that gets us killed. We all know that. I don't really want to do that to somebody. At the same time, I can see how, like, maybe it would help us actually live. Yeah, you do that. You got lucky and didn't pull anybody else. If I didn't know that, I would have done that. We'll have to wait for him to respawn now, which sucks, but it is what it is. We'll clear the area out to make it a little bit easier for ourselves when we can get him. I like that he's going to stay back there so we can keep shooting at him. I have no problems with that. Almost got the 4th shot. We're getting closer. One day it'll happen. Alright, this guy is like just walking right at us. I don't really appreciate it. Mannequin the Mage, dead at level 9 in Dunmorrow. So many people going before they even earn their first talent point. Alright, we now know that we can just pull this guy if we're over here, so let's get our max range. He's gonna heal? Or no, I thought he was gonna heal. It looked like a healing animation, but he decided to hang out back there for a minute. He casted something that we didn't quite see, and then he ran in. Pulled out a giant two-hander. Alright, there's the Withered Journal. Let us get ourselves out of here. Withered Journal. It's Whitebeard's journal. It's kind of like a withered journal. It might be a little bit withered at this point. Probably laying in the snow. A little bit mushy. Okay, somebody aggroed over here. They just leveled up, so I'm sure they'll be fine. Katat the Warrior, dead at level 16 in Darkshore. Darkshore? Were you just running through or getting the flight point or something? A little bit early to be in Darkshore. Behold, he says. We're still waiting for more. What are we beholding? Level 8 Gnome Rogue. Okay, that was it. Just a little bit of RP.
Great to meet you.
I was planning on sending my apprentice to my brother Senir with my report, but I would feel much better if I placed it in more reliable hands. That is, of course, if you wouldn't mind. You'll have to take the tunnel to get to Karanos. Speak with Mountaineer Thalos before going through the tunnel. It's completely infested with trogs now.
Good.
It's completely infested with trogs now, he says. But it's fine. We'll make it through just fine. We need to go back and give the gnome his tools and belongings. I don't think we will Oh, we're out of ammo. Guys, I told you this was going to happen. We got really lucky with when and how it happened. We must have fired our last shots into that guy. That's pretty cool. I'm going to watch the replay on that. Because, yeah, we must have literally fired our last shot into him as he got in melee range. We're going to buy some ammo. We're going to find out where we do that. I'm assuming a general goods vendor, maybe? Hopefully. It'll be something easily found and not us struggling to find ammo. I know when we pick up engineering, we'll be able to craft some ammo pretty much straight away. But straight away is not this moment, where we are out of ammo. There we go, light shot. I just don't want to run out of ammo again, you know? Anything else? I don't think so. I don't know if we need the water. We haven't needed it yet. I'll keep hold of it just in case. We will need water eventually. We will definitely need water. I mean, it's vanilla, so we're gonna have mana issues eventually. We won't necessarily have mana issues the way that other classes do, though, because we'll be able to wear things down with our auto attack and our pet when we need to. It's not like we can run out of mana and we'll be completely gimped or anything like that.
Need assistance? Off and away.
Alright, so we are leaving Coldridge Valley. Let's head over here to the east and see about going through the infested Trog Tunnel, because that sounds delightful.
Well met.
Hail, have a care, Rambles. The tunnel to Dunmorrow is infested with trogs, and it is not safe for travel. If you haven't any pressing business, I'll have to ask you to remain in Anvilmar until the tunnel is safer. No. We have to level up. If Whitebeard is sending you to Dunmorrow on important business, I can't very well stop you, can I? At least let me provide you with some advice and directions. The trogs in the tunnel are extremely hostile and haven't shown any hesitation in attacking travelers through the tunnel. You seem to be tough enough, though, so you should probably be safe.
Safe travels.
We won't be safe, but we will live. You have a little breadcrumb.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you very much for that. A little bit of bonus XP. I'm hoping we can get to level 6 by the time we get to Karanos. We'll maybe do some killing on the way. Apparently, we won't be killing much here in the tunnel, which has been completely cleared out. I really wish they'd have given us a quest to do in the tunnel. It would have been nice. But then I see that there are no enemies alive in it, and then I think, okay, it's good that they didn't. Because I was really hoping that we could fight some trogs. Less infested than advertised. That's all I'm saying. Here we go. This mage has been just clearing everybody out. Ice bolts for the win. Let's look at some other things here in Questie. We need professions. We don't want this stuff. I think because I named my characters the same, I think it like somehow grabs my profile for stuff. So Rambles was the priest, and Questie is tracking the priest trainer when I tell it to track the class trainer, you know? Because it still thinks we're a priest for some reason. It even had the professions track that we were using on the priest. We want engineering and mining. Sorry. Never leveled up engineering before. Obviously, I'm easily baffled. And yeah, it looks like we can get mining in Karanos, which is great. We'll start mining, but to learn engineering, we are going to have to go up into Ironforge. which we will do eventually. We'll probably work on the mining first and get a bunch of ore going, and then we'll grab engineering and level that up. It's going to be an interesting experience. I've never seen much of engineering before, so... Goose the Hunter, dead at level 16 in Loch Madan. I don't plan on dying on this character. We're going to live. We're going to live for a long time. And we're going to do that by not fighting this level 8 Ice Claw Bear. But we will fight this level 5 Boar. We're missing. We're missing is great. I love missing. We got one shot off. That's perfect. Are you following us, Vanzat? I've seen you around us, buddy. You were the guy who said, behold. I'm usually not good with names until someone starts stalking me a bit. Then I'll remember your name. Just stalk me a little bit in-game. Please don't do that. Unless your intentions are good. Still, please don't do that. I actually do have a lot of fun on the Hunter. That's the weird part, is like, I know it seems like I always fall off the Hunter after a while, but that was mainly just the Night Elf playthrough, okay? It was the Night Elf playthrough that I totally fell off of it because I don't like the Night Elf areas. We got an Orc Hunter into like Thousand Needles and stuff, so that went on for a while back in Vanilla, so we do have a history of enjoying the Hunter. We just haven't enjoyed the Hunter in recent memory.
You got my attention.
Because of reasons.
See you soon. How are you?
He wants us to get him 6 Cragboar ribs and a mug of Rhapsody malt so he can eat, drink, and be merry, I guess. Why are we not seeing quest pickups on the minimap? Or turn-ins, for that matter. What exactly did we do? Questie's been strange. Questie's been strange. Enable minimap icons. There they are, look. Okay, I'll check for an update.
Watch your back.
Okay, we do need to set our Hearthstone, which we can do somewhere. Over here, maybe? There we go.
No. Keep your feet on the ground.
Alright, let's go grab whatever other quests there are to grab in town. Tools for Steel Grill will take us over to Steel Grill's Depot.
Off with you.
And that's where we can learn mining as well, so let's head over that way. We do have the beer-basted boar ribs that we need. We might find a couple of boars between here and there. It's possible. Not with this many people out and about, it's not. So many people! Oh, I love it. There's over 50 people here. It caps out at 50. So, truth be told, there's probably many more than 50 people here, because, I mean, we look off into the distance and see people bouncing and running in every direction, so... That's a really great feeling to have in this game. I do love it. It's the only thing that makes it hard about going back and leveling up on like a Wrath server, is that levelers on Wrath servers are not as common, because, you know, most people on a populated Wrath of the Lich King server are sitting at endgame right now waiting for content. Not really leveling alts because they probably leveled all the alts they can stomach at this point.
What's on your mind? What's on your
These guys want us to help them furnish their tanks for some missions that they have upcoming, so we're going to get a few items for them. We are going to need more boar meat, some thick bear fur, and Wendigo manes for them to carpet and furnish the insides of their siege tanks. I'd love to get a view at the inside of one of these bad boys. It's a real shame that we don't. I bet it's bigger on the inside than it looks from the outside. You know what I mean?
Watch your back. I've the finest wares in the land.
And then we need to find Rumbleshot's missing ammo and deliver it to him, because the last guy did not do that job properly, it seems. Oh, wait. Journeyman Engineer? Yes? Wait, you don't show up? Oh, he is. His icon's hiding below. Oh, that's amazing. We can grab him here. We don't have to wait. We don't have to wait. That is the best. Okay, very cool. Professions. I also need... And we might not be able to afford these right now, because they're going to cost a silver each. Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford them all right now. Convicto Warrior dead at level 10 in Teldrassil, man, I get you. Teldrassil is just a horror show for surviving. So, I get it. It's hard to live in Teldrassil. It really is. There's another thing we can add to hardcore servers. Let me pick the starting zone my character starts in. I mean, I feel like letting people do that will like stop some of those choices where like people won't play Night Elves. They won't play a certain race because of where they start. They start at a disadvantage in this game type. So I feel like just letting people pick the starting zone they want to drop into would be okay at this point. For a hardcore server, right? Because I'd love to play a Night Elf something. I do like the Night Elves as a race. I just don't like their intro zones at all. And you can't escape them. Sab the Warlock dead at level 9 in Dunmoral. Rip, brother. Go again. We started that combat way too close to this boar. We got 2 shots off though, not shabby. And we also need to turn on track of minerals. Smelting out here. Engineering. Fine minerals. Okay, guys, I think this is a great point to take a little bit of a break. Thank you all very much for joining me on this new adventure. If you are having fun on the Hunter, please leave a like on the video, especially since this is the first one in the series. Leaving a like, subscribing to the channel would help me out a lot. If you want to be notified when the next episodes come out, go ahead and ring the bell. It'll push you a little notification to your email to let you know when the next episode is dropped. Thank you guys for being here. I really do enjoy this mode of play, and you guys make it possible for me to do that. Thank you so much. Warax, Warrior dead, level 12, and Lochmadon. Until next time, guys, take care of yourselves out in the real world, and take care of each other. And we will see you back here again sometime very soon. Bye for now.